Today we are making tacos. It is Taco Tuesday, and in my house that always means that my family requests tacos. My son calls it chips and cheese because I fry up my own chips, and I just thought that I would show you quickly how I do that and how I make our tacos. So what I do is I buy the Mission yellow corn tortillas and I cut them into quarters. And that's the chips. So in that pan, and you don't need a fry pan like I have. I used to do this in my wok. You can do this really in any sort of pot that you can put a lot of oil in. But this is cool. I just have a little basket that I got. So I put some oil in the pan and I turn my stove to about 6.5, 6, depending on your stove. And I let it get really, really hot. You're going to know it's ready to go because when you put one of those chips in, it's going to start sizzling and getting all that moisture out. So you just let them cook for a few minutes, flipping them as you go, and they turn out like that with Spider-Man next to it. Yeah, that's my life with a boy. Once I'm done with the chips, I put out a little chip taco bar, and I have cheese and tomatoes, some romaine lettuce, and some sour cream. And my husband and my son like to put the cheese and all of the toppings on top of the chips and eat those while they're waiting for the rest of the tacos to be ready. So now I'm frying up the shells. You can buy the shells if you like. I just feel like they've been sitting on the shelf for a while and they always taste a little bit stale. So I just like to fry our own. I'm taking a whole corn tortilla and I'm putting it in the oil and just gently going back and forth, folding it so that it gets a nice shape. And then I prop it up with those tongs. I'm stirring up the ground beef and just letting it get nice and brown. I'm going to turn down the heat just a little bit because it was getting a little bit too crispy and crunchy on the bottoms. And then I'll go back over to the taco shell and flip it over and let the other side get nice and crispy. So I'm actually a vegetarian and I don't eat the meat on my tacos, obviously. But I do have a really awesome recipe for jackfruit tacos. If you want me to film that, I will. Just let me know in the comments below. This is the seasoning I use. It's Trader Joe's taco seasoning. And it's really good. It's the same one that I actually use on my jackfruit tacos. It's gluten-free. So you're just going to mix that all around. And once you start to smell those taco smells, you're going to add some water. I don't really measure this. I think it says on the back how much. But I just add a little bit, mix it around, and then add a little bit more until I feel like it's getting saucy. And then I just let that cook down on a low heat, making sure every now and then that the taco shell isn't burning. Okay, it's time to get that taco shell out. So I'm going to take the taco shell out. You know it's ready when it's a little bit golden and not burnt. And I'm going to take it out and put it on a paper plate to drain. So there's all 4 of my taco shells. And I'm making a bit of a tostada shell, which you'll see what I'll do with that in a minute. And once that's all done, and I have all of the fixins out there, including the meat, it's ready to bring everybody in and get their dinner. That's Taco Tuesday. Super easy, everybody. Now what I'm doing with the little shell that's frying is I'm going to be making my vegetarian version of a taco, but without my jackfruit. So I have guacamole, lettuce, I have some tomato, and some cheese. Also some sour cream. And you have to excuse the quality of this clip. I filmed it on slow-mo somehow, and I had to speed it up so that it looked somewhat normal. Anyway, once I put the cheese on, I top it off with my favorite hot sauce. This is the Crystal Louisiana hot sauce. It's only like $2 for that big jug, and it tastes so delicious. It's my absolute favorite. So that's it. Thank you for joining me for Taco Tuesday, and make sure that you see us next time for our vlog or our recipes or whatever we're doing. Make sure to subscribe.